the Wednesday morning, I went to the guidance counselor and told her, since I was second on the hit list, knowing that there was something going to happen, because there was a girl she was targeting every day at lunch, and they would go to the counselor and tell them every day that this is going to happen. And Wednesday, I went with two others, and each of us filled out a whole paper full of what's going to happen and why it's going to happen. And then I went to chorus and I was told, watch your back. He is going to come for you and this other girl at lunch. And when I was at lunch, I was terrified, and I told Miss Vittori that that was happening, and she said, don't worry about it, it's not going to happen. But, early that morning, I was told I was not going to see Mel for the rest of that week. But I was in lunch, and all of a sudden I just hear all this screaming and everybody running. And I see Mel running in after somebody, and everyone's screaming and running. But the girl who got attacked didn't see it because she was face backwards. And all of a sudden you just hear these terrible, loud bangs of the Stanley bouncing off her head. And then you see Mel grabbing her hair and hitting her against the table and just repeatedly hitting her with the Stanley. There was blood going everywhere. I was the table right behind it. And all you see is blood everywhere. And it was just, and then you say in your email that it was 8 minutes, but we timed it, it was 28 minutes. And we had to sit in there and watch them clean up her blood off those tables and ground. And we had to watch them take her out with blood dripping down her face. And I will never forget that. And laying in bed last night, I just kept repeating it in my head, and we shouldn't have had to sit there and just watch them clean up her blood with the mop. Watch her repeatedly yelling that I'm going to murder you and just hitting her with the Stanley. And I don't get how, you couldn't have stopped it. It was 5 hours from when I told you it was going to happen and when it happened. It was 5 whole hours. I don't get how you couldn't have stopped that. And how Ms. Vittori said, don't worry, it's not going to happen. We have her under control. But clearly you didn't.
That young girl, that young lady is very brave for stepping up and testifying what happened. And I can promise you this, that school is going to get sued. This city in Pennsylvania, I don't know what city it is, but that city in Pennsylvania is going to be sued. I promise you that. All because a transgendered male decided to take a Stanley Cup and use it as a weapon against a young girl. Now keep in mind, once again, we try to tell you folks, you make it sound like you pump hormones to somebody, it's going to change their DNA, it's going to change their chromosomes. No, it will not. You try to play God with hormones? Are you people that dense? I don't know what's going on for that person's mind. I don't know who told this boy that you could be a girl. I don't understand how can the parents don't step up and say, you know what? We need to get you some type of counseling and all that, then go some type of hormone treatments or what have you not. And the girl warned the teacher, they warned people that this was going to happen. 5 hours later, her friend almost got killed. You have to understand, people, a Stanley Cup is made of metal, not plastic, not feathers, or anything soft. No. It's a metal cup. Used as a weapon to bash that poor girl's head in such a way her head is bleeding profusely. It's a miracle that girl didn't die for such injuries. But the sad thing is, they were warned. The girl warned this was going to happen. The person has a hit list. And you say you got under control, but like that young lady said, apparently you don't have it under control. Because that person went out of control and almost took that poor girl out. It looks bad for the school, looks bad for the city, also looks bad for the transgender community because they could say, oh, all my are dangerous like that. Not all my dangerous like that. I don't agree with their lifestyle. I don't. But it looks bad for them. Now, from this point forward, in that area, if they know of a transgender person, they're going to look at them very differently. They're going to look at the transgender community differently as is. Let's say on top of that, they're violent. Terrific. All because the school tried to keep it quiet, tried to sweep it underneath the rug, and almost cost the life of a poor young girl. I don't know what transpired for that to happen, but that young girl did not deserve that. This type of insanity is why more and more parents should homeschool their kids. You heard what I said, homeschool their kids. And if they have to homeschool their kids, they should be taxed for the Board of Education. If they go homeschool their kids, whatever money is going to give to the Board of Ed, nope, goes back to the parents. This is ridiculous. This is insane. No child should ever go for that. If you don't like it, too bad. I said what I said. Peace.